So, the Snow Daughter and the Fire Son. First thing that pops into my head when I read the Snow Daughter is Elsa. Elsa from Frozen. So, her beautiful long gown, blue with glitter. That's the first thing with the pale skin. That's the first thing I think of when I read the Snow Daughter. The Fire Son. I just think Peeta Mellark from The Hunger Games Catching Fire. The outfit when they are on the parade and he's wearing this leather vest that's on fire. So that's the vision I see. That's the very first thing I see when I read those. And then the king. Obviously, I see the king with the fur coat, long boots, leather boots, a gold chain. You see fur and a long coat. And I think of dark colors. I think of maroon, black, brown, maybe a little bit of white, leather. That's instantly what I think about. And then the mother and the father. The mother and the father are in a cottage. So I think, okay, so if they're not rags, but they're not wealthy people either. So I think just of the women, something simple, a simple dress, like from Village People in any other movie you would look at, where there's kings included. So I just think like Village People, that's how I see them. So I created some rough sketches of what I would like for them to wear. And the setting is going to be, I want to stay true to it. So I want for it to be back in Romania, and I want them to have a cottage, a big field, um, where when it's snow, it's just covered in snow, and that's where Snow Daughter stays at, obviously, outside in the cold, the snow, and then the Fire Son, I just see the little cottage. And I want to stay true to it, so I want it in 1889, um, where the clothes is still a little bit back. Also, what else? So the location's gonna be back at their cottage until the parents die, and it's gonna be one outfit for the mother and daughter, the son and the father. It's gonna be one outfit until they pass away, and the the son and the daughter go into more like the city, I guess. So I'm gonna create a look using all of my wardrobe, so using all the textures, colors of my wardrobe, and put together from my rough sketches, maybe just show you what the texture I want, the colors I want. I have everything color coordinated in my closet, so I'm gonna go ahead and try and do that. See what works out. I might not have everything that I envisioned, but I will explain everything very detailed to make sure that it is like my vision is going through. So we're gonna go ahead and start with the father. So this is my rough sketch. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, so here I want the leather boots. I want them to be black leather. And then it's gonna be like flowy pants, like parachute pants. And then I want a leather vest with the white flowy shirt. So this is what I see when I see like a village person with a black leather belt, right? So here we're gonna go ahead and look in my closet, and for the shirt, this is how I want it to look. So not this texture, but the flowiness of the shirt. So I want like the flowy sleeves for the man, as well as the legs of the pants. So the shirt I want it to be white, and maybe not this texture, maybe because this is like a little bit more silky, but the texture of this shirt. So it's a little bit rougher. You can hear it, you can see it. It's a little bit rougher. And this is the texture I want for the shirt. As for the pants, I mean everything is cotton. So for the pants, I'd also like this texture. So I want the flowy pants and a thick belt. So a really thick one where the shirt is tucked in and it has a big buckle. Because I mean, I also forgot to mention that I want the father and the son to be hunters. So they hunt for everything that they wear, meaning the leather vest. I want it for to be skinned from an animal. For Snow Daughter, that I'll get to, fur, white fur like from rabbits, bears if there's any bears where they're living. So I want these most of their clothing to be made from by the mother and the daughter, so they have something to do, while the son and the father are hunting for the materials to make their own clothing. So that's going to be for the shirt. The vest, I want it to be roughly this color. I don't want it to be like super, super dark leather. I want it to be more this color, this brownish color, not this really dark one. I want it to be more like this, maybe like not a mocha, but a caramel, more between caramel and coffee color for the vest. And that's gonna be the father's look, simple village person, white shirt, brown vest, the same texture of that shirt, but for the pants, and I want the pants to be khaki, so very light brown, more or less this color. So here's some pants that might match to what I envisioned. So it's gonna be more like these, but flowy, where they tuck into the black leather boots. So that's gonna be the father. Here's the rough sketch again. Be the father. A little labeled. It's really really rough. So that's the father. And then I'm gonna go ahead and go on to the mother. The mother also, it's gonna be a very simple look. Here we go. Be the mother. And this is gonna be more of a gown, like maybe with like a thick strap and then just an undershirt. So the dress, I want it to be this color. Also, I want it to match with the father, so I want to stick to the browns, the khakis, the whites. So for that one, I wanted to do the brown, like this one. So it's a lot lighter than the pants. So it's just this, but the material, I want it to be thick, because, I mean, that's all she's wearing, so I want it to be comfortable, warm, since they are going to be in a cottage. So it's going to be a brown, and again, the shirt, I want it to be long sleeve but tight. A tight long sleeve where she's also staying warm. Let's see. I don't have necessarily the style I want it with, but here is more or less the material. So it's stretchy, like really stretchy. It's white, which is the color I want it to be, and it's very warm. It might be thin, but it's warm. So this is more or less what I want her to wear, like something tight, like what people use as pajamas nowadays. So it's going to be tight and warm, and white as well. So again, the mother's look is very simple, village woman and her husband, and this is going to be the look that they're going to be wearing on the daily. I mean, for different parts, they could change the colors, but the style, I want it to stay like that for a village person. Moving on to the daughter. Okay, so the daughter, I have a daily style, and I have two different styles. One's going to be the daily style, and one's going to be for the gathering when she is married. So for her daily style, I like this dress. So it's really long. Also, again, with the very long sleeves, I want her to have like a really thin rope, like a brown rope, and then I want this dress to be blue. I mean, Snow daughter, I envision Elsa, so I would like blue, whites, like very, very light blues to resemble water, and then the water transition to snow, which is going to start from the blue, it's going to go up to the white, and then up here there is a collar right here, and this is, I want it to be off the shoulders, but I want this to be fur, like rabbit fur, so white, and it's going to be like a collar that she can take off, put on, to keep herself covered, because the king does mention like a very beautiful woman, and when I think of beauty, I feel like it's not necessarily like that, but I see women showing off a little bit. So for the Snow daughter, I really like this look. It's a really long dress, and I just picture her running through the snow with her big sleeves and just very flowy, but fitting at the waist. to accentuate her skirts or curves, to like show what the king looked at. So that's the rough sketch. And for this color, I like this very, very light blue. So it's going to be this right here. Again, I want that to be thick, warm. Although she is a cold person, but I want it to be like thickness. I don't want it to be really, really showy or very thin. So I want this blue, like this very, very light blue. I actually like how it looks with the white. But this look for the Snow Daughter. I don't have any fur. Well, not at least not in my closet right now. It might be in my winter boxes. But the fur, I just like, I'm trying to think. Do I have any fur? No, I don't believe I have fur, but I want the fur here, the collar where it like drapes into her boobs, to her chest. It drapes. She can take it off. She can take it on, and if she does take it off, her dress would be off the shoulders again, and it'd be blue, and the collar be white with a brown rope, like very, very thin, maybe like this the size of this belt that would go around her waist right here and just hang to again accentuate her curves. So that's gonna be her for her first look. I'm sorry. For her second look, this is when it's the gathering and she's already married with the king. I like, again, it's the same style. It's just a little bit different. It's gonna be like this again with the big sleeves. But for her accessories, I want like twigs, not twigs, but like branches, a crown of branches. Like for winter, there's no leaves, it's just the branches. I wanted to have a crown with her hair down, just like very, very attractive. Again, it's like it wraps around her waist, and it's gonna be this color. I want it to be white. I want a white velvet, maybe a little bit shiny or glittery, but in the middle, I want it to be fur again. So I want her collar to be fur, maybe add some fur on the sleeves, maybe down the middle, not necessarily all the way down, but to make that line, maybe some fur. It's going to be like off-white, so it's not going to be necessarily the same color as the gown, excuse me, but around these colors. So it's going to be off-white, white, pearl, a rabbit. So I think of rabbit, they're not necessarily completely white, so it's a little bit dirty white. But that's what I'd like for her gathering. So now, like, she's a snow queen because she's married to the king. So I think, oh, the snow queen, now she has to have a crown to change her normality. Is that how you say it? I don't think that's how you say it, but now she's not just a village person like her parents were. Now she is part of the kingdom, but she's not necessarily, she doesn't have a gold crown. She's gonna have a twigs with like branches crown. So that's what I visioned. I kind of went off of Frozen again, Elsa. How Elsa is just like everything, it's so tight into her curves, and it's glittery, blue, white. Winter, snow, winter, white, blue. So that's kind of what I visioned as soon as I read Snow Daughter. For the son, I just pictured a very attractive man, like tan and everything, just like very muscular, everything very tight. So I wanted him, the fire son, I want him to wear leather. Because leather, it's hot. Not only hot, like attractive hot, but like weather hot. Like you wear leather outside, it's gonna be hot. And he was a hot person, right? He's the fire son. So I wanted him to wear the same outfit twice, but in two different colors, because he was like, I feel like his personality was very like dual. He's like just one person. He's simple. He's plain and simple. So I didn't really want to switch it up too much. So I have a rough sketch here of like the front and the back. I did get this idea from a Huntsman, from another movie, I believe so. Don't remember which one. I think it was Snow White and the Huntsman. But everything's leather. I want him like the belts, like leather everywhere, because he is a huntsman. He's hunting. He's using all his clothing is made out of leather of all the skinned animals. So I want this to be black and red, which I don't think there's red leather, but they used to dye. They used to dye other clothing with different colors with fruits. I saw a video where they smashed fruits and put it into fabric and it makes a different color. So red leather and black leather. Black leather for his daily life, where he is just hunting. He's being part of his family, where he still has his parents, his mom, his dad, his sister, but he's separate, so he's just very on the side. So he stands out, but he's on the side because I mean he was isolated from his sister, so each one was on their side. So that's why I want the black, just black leather all over, belts maybe all over the place, leather wrapped around his arms, because I want him to be like a very buff person and just show that strong fireman, right? And for the gathering, I want him to wear red because now his sister's part of the royalty, and now he is too. I mean, the king built him his own place full of ovens, so I'm pretty sure the king wants him to look good. So for that one, I want red leather. I don't believe I have red leather, but I want the red to look like this, like fire red, not just some dual red, but like really, really bright red, like this. It's just leather, like this belt, just straight up leather, leather all around. It's gonna be very uncomfortable, but it's gonna show, I mean, the fire sun, like in the Catching Fire in the Hunger Games. I mean, I don't want him to wear a long sleeve. I want him to wear a cut-off vest, red, leather, leather everywhere, just leather wrapped around his arms, a leather belt, leather boots. The boots, I'm not sure if, you know what? No, black leather boots, because they're not going to stand out. He's not going to stand out from the waist up, her legs up. It's not going to stand out. So I found a leather. Yes, I did. So this kind of leather. Yes, I totally forgot I had this purse, but red leather. So you see it's vibrant, it's red, it's really, really bright. It's not very dual, and it's leather, so it has a little bit of texture in there. And it just makes him, like leather, I feel like fierce, strong, attractive. When I think of leather, I'm just like, whoa, that person's hot if you wear leather. Which doesn't really make sense, but to me it does. So finally, okay, going back to the sun, leather. I just want to emphasize the leather would make him like his gift of fire, like always being hot and just giving that hot vibe. And I feel just like leather does it. I mean, I don't think any other material would say hot besides leather. So, last but not least, it's gonna be the king. The king, again, I imagine fur, long coat, boots, black, maroon, brown. So here's a rough sketch of what the king, I would like him to look. His costume. So black boots, a maroon coat. So I want this to be a coat, more like a cut-off vest, but a long like coat. And then here I want this to be right here, kind of like a collar as well, but fur. Because I feel like fur makes everything classy. It makes you look classy. Like I think Kim Kardashian with her long fur coat. And then finally, the shirt, undershirt. I want these like the shoulders. I think of princesses when I see these shoulders. And then a gold chain. So that's more or less what I want the king to look like, a king. And then maybe his crown. But I want him just to look like very sophisticated and kingish. I don't think that's a word, but like a king. And for those colors, I want this color. I am in love with this color. Right here. I think it's not more of a maroon, but a purple. And I want the the shirt to be this texture. This is silk, I think. Let's see. Okay, so it's not silk, it's polyester, which is what every shirt I own is probably made of. So it's this color. It's more of a plum, but maroonish, plumish maroonish. And I want this color to be his coat, right? His long coat. This, no, not this texture actually. I want to be thicker. So I, let me see, not thicker, thicker, thicker. Actually, I don't have thick stuff. I still need to take out all my winter stuff. But just another example of what the daughter and the mother, their sleeves, this like this, long, long sleeves, but they're flowy, right? So whenever she sticks her hands out, it hangs for the daughter at her two lugs. So again, going back to the king, I want this color for his coat, and then black leather boots. Black leather boots. They're booties, but leather. Maybe a bunch of buckles. I mean, that I've seen a lot of movies where kings have a lot of buckles everywhere. If it's not on their coats, it's on their shirts, on their belts, boots, accessories, and all that. So black leather boots. This color. So the maroon plumish coat. I want him to wear black pants. So black pants, like jet black, completely black. So he's gonna have that black boots, the black pants with this color, and then again with the shirt, I want his sleeves to be flowy, maybe like the stuff around the shoulder, so it can be like up. But those are more or less the colors I want to go. Just darker colors, but for the daughter and the son, those are the. I feel like those are the main characters. Well, those are the main characters. So those are gonna pop out with the two different colors: the red and the blue and the white. So that's gonna be very important for them to pop, like from going from the village to going into the kingdom. They have two different colors and two different people because they're part of a different society. They used to be part of just their parents and just a little cottage in the field. So I want that to change, not change them necessarily, but who they are becoming. Um, what else am I missing? Oh, the fur coat. Also, again, I don't have fur here, but I want the collar to be fur. Um, it's very simple. Like the vision I want is very simple. I thought of going a different way, maybe more modern, but it's the little the designs. I feel like the designs of these costumes are are old school, but also modern. So the colors that I want, I I don't think people back then used to wear like in the 1800s. I don't think people used to wear all red leather or glitter or like white velvet, like super flashy dresses where because people back then were more conservative, so they were all covered up. So now I want that not to be to like break the wall, even though it's in the 1800s instead of the 1800s. I want her to be very sensual, accentuate her curves, and show off what she's got. So that's basically what I want to do. The colors I want to do: the red, the blue, the maroon, the browns, basic village people going into the kingdom, so they change colors. I feel like it's very important uh, to when the settings from event to change the colors of their costumes, not necessarily the style, but the colors are gonna say, okay, they're not village people anymore. Now they're part of the kingdom. So that's basically it. I hope you enjoyed my sketches. They are very rough. I'm going to go ahead and upload the pictures of these sketches. Go ahead and look at more detail. But the fire son and the snow daughter are going to be amazing. Those are going to be amazing costumes. They're going to be very, very pretty. Thank you.